in a minute. And today, y'all, I'm talking about today, it was a struggle to get here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's see if anybody gonna pop on real quick before I flip the camera around. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I almost said not today, but I've been in here trying to get some stuff organized in here. Because, baby, when I tell you that we went back to school last week as teachers and staff, and I was pulling things out that had to go to school, and then being at school and coming home, and that was after the whole shindig of running back and forth to the pool with my grandson and hanging out with him the week before, and we went to Hershey Park. Y'all, it's been a lot. I've been doing these things, and I'm still not finished all of my work that I was supposed to be doing so I can get ready for this great meeting, honey. I still got at least 2 papers to write, but I'm not finished yet. And I'm just like, can I get a video in? Can I get one video in? So that's where I'm at. How y'all doing? Hello there. I see one person has come and joined in. Hello there. How are you? And I got some books, y'all. When I say books, I be walking around here saying, man, listen. Okay, but I got some books. I'm about to turn the camera around, just trying to see if anybody is jumping on with the one person who's on right now. Hello there. How are you? How you doing? And everything like that, right? So I have some books that I got from the library. They had some free books here downtown. And then I've been to a couple different libraries and I got some good stuff, y'all. Like, I got some good stuff. I've been on a treasure hunt, okay, for magazines. That's where it all led to. It's been like hard trying to locate magazines, asking people that I know, and just like on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, everywhere, trying to see if I can find free magazines. And y'all, when I say that I found some, hello there, Caitlin. How are you? Thank you for saying hello. Hello there. Now there are 5 people watching. So I've been wanting to find these magazines, and I could not find any, but I have some. I ran up against a couple of good people who have blessed me tremendously, and I have a lot of magazines. Now we have 17 watching. Hello there. How are you? How you guys doing? My name is Joanne, and I'm over here getting ready to share some of the books that I got from the library for free because, there comes a time. You're 9? Okay. Hi, sweetheart. You're 9 years old. And so, the books are sometimes out what they do. They not outsourcing them, but they pull them out of the rotation for them to be. This is not a kids video, baby. This is just crafting. I do crafting here. So I don't have a kids channel here, but I do have one at Tanta's Room. If you want to go look that one up at Tanta's Room, TANTASROOM, Tanta's Room. That's a kids channel of mine if you want to go look that one up. But thank you for hanging out for at least a minute, and thank you for saying hello, Caitlin. And yes, she said, okay, bye, see ya, pumpkin. So yeah, I have a number of books and I have a lot of magazines. So hello there, how you doing? Hello there. So I just want to show the books that I have, what I've been up to. Because, I don't stop working over here, even though I can't make the videos. I'm still, trying to stay up and keep up with what I love to do. So I'm going to turn my camera around now so I can show you some of these great treasures that I have. I'm trying to unhook my foot around the cord, okay, before we have a serious issue. Okay, so let's get our tripod moving. And we're going to place this on and turn the camera. Okay, so we have a mound of books on our desk or our table right now. And it's a mound, like I said, okay? So this one is a kid's book, right? This one was getting ready to go in the trash. And I said, well, I don't really know if I want it. I was at the laundromat, and this one was sitting off on the side, and they would get ready to put it in the trash or something. It's rolled up. So I said, okay, let me just see if I want this. And I thought it was cool, these squirrels. They look pretty cool and everything. So I said, okay, we'll keep this. Okay, they have a whole bunch of books there where people can, they let their kids get a book or, whatever. The book was all like this and everything. So I said, okay, let me just keep it. This is just a magazine, a free magazine that we get, I don't know how often, but often enough here in our city. And I just pick them up when I visit that restaurant. These are some books that I rescued out of the garbage at school. Okay, they were last year's books for some of our students, and they were in the trash can. Now, it probably was about 25 of these. Okay, and I just snatched one of them because I was like, listen, I don't feel like carrying all of that. So I left it there. But I got these grid books because, it's grid paper, and you need these when you are doing these great collages. So I said, now I'm going to get these three, okay, out of the trash. Rip those pages out the kids use, and voila, I have them here. And these are some of the books that I have gotten. And what I've come to understand, y'all, is I got this thing for birds that I didn't really know I had going on with these birds, right? Like, I know that I always like birds, but they're not like my favorite. My favorite animal is an elephant, right? And I love cats. I love cats, I just like a cat in my house and everything. So I've been finding that I'm interested in these birds. So I looked online and I signed up for this day that's coming in September to go and get free books at this location here in our city. But I went to the thrift store a week ago and I found some really cool bird books, like this little teeny one, right? And it's got really cool little pictures in here. We're not going to spend all day looking at it, but it's just cool. The birds are so, you know what I mean? I don't really know what it is because I ain't really know I like birds like that. But I'm coming to become a fan of it. It's happening some kind of way. So yeah, look at this. We got a lot of these kind of rock dove pigeons here. Okay, it's a rock dove. We call it a pigeon here. That's what it looked like. Okay, so these books are very cool. This one is a dictionary, and this one I got because it has color words and it just gives me something different besides just a regular dictionary. This is a German dictionary, and so it's always nice to have different types of books for your journals. This one I got because it's an Asian language of some sort, and I don't know what it means or what it's saying, right? But it looks like it might have something to do with mathematics. I ain't real sure. But all of the language looks like that, and this is always something cool to add to a journal. It looks like mathematics, okay? So that's what we got this for. All right, $2.99. We got that, and we got another one too. Now this one has a little clock on it, and it has gears and things. So I thought it might have something to do with math and science. I'm not real sure, but this is what we're working with, right? We're getting it for the interest of the pages. That's what it's for, to add to our junk journals. Don't you think that's cool? Look at that. That's very cool. That's a super cool book. Okay, we got that. And I said I was looking at these bird books, okay? So this is a field guide. Now, they be talking about these field guides on some of these channels, especially at the paper outposts. And I don't really find them often, but I got this, and I had a coupon so I could get a discount on these things. And so I got 30% off of all of these books. So this is just a field guide, birds and everything. I'm going to be using this stuff. Okay. Yes. So I just wanted to show you some of my books that I got. See, I told you I'm getting into these birds. I don't really know where it came from, but it's happening that way. Okay, so we have a couple of field guides of some sort. And they make good for when you want to make little envelopes or, fussy cut something and, put it together in some kind of way. And I know I keep showing these things as I purchase. I keep showing, and somebody probably said, well, when you going to make something? When you going to really start making stuff? Well, I am going to be making stuff, but, it just hasn't really happened yet. But, you'll never know. You gotta get there when you get there. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody knows what I mean, and maybe somebody is still unsure. But it's okay. I have this book. I love animals. Wild, scary, cute, or cuddly. We love them all. Okay, this one was kind of cool. I'm going to read this one on my children's channel because I have a book that's similar to this, and my grandson picked this one out, and he was like, Tanta, you should get this because it's like my first book. And I was like, I should, because that book that I read like this, I think it's called My First 100 Animal Book. And that book has like, I don't know, something like 100,000 120,000 views on my children's channel, something like that. Whoever's watching it and listening to it and all that, the book is doing something over there. So I'm going to read this one over there, okay? And this is a nice, when I saw this, I was like, yes! And I was like screaming in there, like, because I was so happy. It's an illustrated encyclopedia of birds, and the jacket itself is cool. I was so happy. This one was $6, and this is a pretty sizable book, right? Let's put this back up here because the camera don't be liking when too close. And I'm like, I love this page, and I love that. Look how beautiful these pictures are. They're so pretty. You can do something with, just about all of it in here. It's just lovely. Why do I still have this in this orientation? Oh, my God. Let me turn this. Let me see. No, I got to keep it like this. See, I'm confused about the whole matter because I ain't been here. Sometimes I be thinking, oh, you got to turn this way. See, that's when you doing children's videos, I have to have this way. And then for live, I got to have this way. But if I'm doing a regular video, I got to have it this way. And I was doing the thumbnail picture, which I didn't add here, but I'll add it later then. Because I was just so like, are you going to do one? No, you're not going to do one. Leave it here. Let's go upstairs. I don't really know what I want to do, but here I go. Okay, so this is what's been going on with me, okay? I'm just kind of like, man, I got so much I want to do and so many things that I'm still trying to figure out and sort out and all of that. And I've not done a video in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. And I was like, I had to tell myself, don't worry about it. Just go ahead. Just go do what you're doing. You got to get ready, and you can't just do what you want all the time. You got to move on. And when you can do that, you can do it. But right now, So this is the little struggle that I'm having and everything. Okay, look at these birds. These birds are beautiful. The only thing I don't like about stuff like this is that when you cut them out, sometimes there's pictures on this side. But when I flipped through, it wasn't that way in here. And I was so happy because it's a lot of pretty illustrated pictures that only have text on the back. And it's so lovely that it's like that because somebody considered a thing, and I was happy about it. They didn't think about, oh, somebody's going to want to do a junk journal and they're going to want to cut these birds out. And I was like, oh, okay. So this one has text. Let's see what's happening here. And this is the last page we're going to look at. Right, text. See? Lovely. So that's this great big book. I was so happy I had this in my arms walking around with this. Let's see what's under the jacket because I didn't even look under here. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is nice. It's nice and smooth and everything. Feels like some kind of leather a little bit. Okay, this is nice. What year was this illustrated or written or whatever? Let's see. Let's see. I don't see it, but it's in here. Do you see it? Can you tell me? I can't see because I'm too close to the book. It should have been up here. 1990. Copyright. Okay. All right. So 1990 it was. Okay. All right. So we have that. Then we got this. Okay. I ain't going to say nothing else about the birds. I'm just going to say we got this one. Okay. All right. I'm moving my little fan over. Hummingbirds. Just lovely. See, if I cut that one out, because I want that one, then I lose all of them. If I cut them, I lose that. Like that. That's how some of them are, you know? It's just like that sometimes. So that's, the kind of thing that you got to be okay with. And some people seem to be okay with it and they just move right along. I'd be like, oh, how you going to do that? But you got to, okay? All right. Their life and behavior. Then I have some books like this, Native Americans. These are like books that you can just use for pages to add interest to your journals. So this was something free from school. And this one is a workbook that they would get ready to discard because nobody don't know what it's for. It doesn't go with anything that we use at our school. And this was a Nat Geo book. And I said, okay, let's get that one too. Actually, it was when we was at a PD day and they had one of those free take books outside of the building. And I got them out of there, but it doesn't go with nothing we use at school. So this is not a part of our city school's curriculum. So it's probably something that was donated, but it's good to add to journal pages. So that's where those came from. And this one was a gardening book that I picked up at the thrift store. Why you get a gardening book when you got a couple of them? And I said that to myself. Oh, somebody left their thingy in here. I didn't know that was in here. But that's how some people mark their stuff. Let's put that over there. Because some people, Meanwhile, we'll keep going and we can just cut things out of this and, use some of these pages for different things. I know some people like to look at this kind of thing with me. So this is what we have with this. And a lot of it is black and white, but it's still caramelized paper and it's nice flowers you can cut out and text and everything that says Park Seed. Okay, we don't know what that is, but, it's just something nice and fun to have to add to our collection of books. Okay, let's put this one here. These are small, so they are hindering the stacking of the books because they're sliding all over. Let's move these. Let's move these and put this here like this. Okay, because you can stack them up. Then they can not be doing something that's not cool. I bought these also. Oh, these came. I got 2 stacks of books on this table. I'm about to move them. I bought these too. These came from Temu. They are makeup brushes, some kind of brush. I wasn't sure if it was going to be the right kind. I thought these got this way because somebody put the ink on it already. But it came like this, all of them. The paddle brush, that's what they call them. It's good for when you're stenciling with the ink. So I said, I ain't buying no more of anything, but I found out that I need these for certain things because your Daba just doesn't, do it the right way. And when I wanted these before, they were out of stock. So when I saw they had them, I got them. And this was like $7 for all of these. Like it's 6 of them. It was like $7 and some change. So we got that. Okay, move these over here because we already looked at them. All right, Monet. This is a book that I got from a thrift store. Okay, Masterworks of Monet. Okay, just going to tear it out and use what we want to use and add the rest as pages to journals. That's all I'm going to do with this. Okay. Some of it is cool. Some of it is cool. Maybe a lot of it is cool to somebody, you know, but it's big paper. And sometimes you need big paper. That's a very cool one. That's nice. Okay, so we got that. And then we have more birds. Look at that. So somebody had this from some other store. I got it at the thrift store for 50 cents less. But it's something how you buy a book and then you pass it on some kind of way and they resell it and it's still, you know, some kind of priciness. Okay, so now look. This is nice. This is nice. Aren't they cute? Just adorable little birds right there. Just adorable. Okay, these are big birds, but there's other small cuties in here. Other small cuties. And I told myself for a minute, girl, you don't need this book. You're just getting crazy with all of the bird books. But I want them. I want them. Yeah, I want them. That's a nice page. That's a nice page. This reminds me of a New Yorker magazine. That's how their magazine pages look. Look at the woodpecker. Look at the penguin. Okay. So this is what we got here. Somebody think it's cool. And this is kind of like a, I don't know, like a big plastic cover. Almost feels like a folder in a sense. But these are really cool. You can take this one out and take this one out right here and make both of these something else. So, okay, we got that. Then we got this. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get this, but then it was like, you know, just go and get it. I was like, it's kind of creepy. You know, it's kind of creepy. I don't like all kind of bugs, but, you know, there's all kind of bugs in the world. But they got bees in it and butterflies and look at this stuff. But I said it'd be okay to put it in some kind of journal page, I guess, because maybe somebody want to see a big spider like that. Who in the world knows? Look at these moths. This stuff look kind of creepy, right? But somebody might like this kind of stuff, so I got it because it's big pages. Big pages. Look at this. Why is that blown up and incredible right in your face? You know, it's like, why is that right here? But I love this one. I love the bees page. Okay, so that's what we got. That's what this is. Look at this. It's a bee. All of his insides and what it looks like and all of that. Okay, so now, those are that. Or that's that. And this is a free book from the library, Toward Healthy Aging. This was a free library book. Look how big this is. And I got them for book pages. 321 coded. That's what I got it for. And they had like 3 of these. And I should have got all 3 of them because they said take as many as you want. And I got this because these were color and, you know, interesting. You don't really know. You don't know what people are going to look at and understand and think about. But you can, you know, add whatever you want to add to a junk journal. So, that's what I got it for. And then, this is a workbook. Right. Because you just can't use regular paper all the time. You can, but it's nice to have other interesting papers. Like, all of them books had one of these in it. It's like a sticky note. like a library card, but it's only sticky note paper. Oh, what was that? I saw something. Yeah, it's a note paper. Somebody got a note paper in here. Types of muscular disorder, musculoskeletal disorders. Okay. That's all it says. Just book page. And they had these at the library. And I got 2 of them because they had to. And it was, free. You can have them. So I took them. And let's slide these over to the side. We got some magazines right here. I don't even know. She said this is the only kind of magazines we have. Everything else you have to check out. Like you can't just have the magazines. You have to check them out. So these are publisher weeklies. I don't really know what they're all about, but they were free, and I said, let's use them for book pages. And it's a few of them. And then this, Kirkus Review. Okay? That's all it looked like. Publisher Weekly looked like this. They just like kind of magazines. Like, use what you can, throw the rest of it away. That's all you can do. Okay? So, we took those because they were free. And these are not the kind of magazines you can make glue pages with, but you can use them for a junk journal. So, I got that. And then they had these, The Week. And I got a few issues of this. Okay? I don't really know. It's like a newspaper type of book or whatever. We'll add them. You know where. Okay? And then, of course, they had newspaper type books. Automotive news. That's what these are. And they are really big. These are really big. Okay? Tall, long papers. And I took the whole stack of them because there was a whole lot of them. It was a whole big pile like this. And I brought them all home. Okay? So that's what that is. Okay? And it's like, you can use them somewhere. You don't know where all of it going to end up at right there and there. But you can use them somewhere. It's so heavy. And then, okay, so let's slide this out again because these were the books that I just showed you right here. And then I have all of these, which I have to add my picture in because I just started the video. I didn't even think about the picture. I wrote a little something and kept it moving. So we have all of these beautiful magazines. I got these today. I'm going to come back to these in a minute. But these over here are magazines that I got from a library archive. They were taking these out of their shelves and getting ready to get rid of them. And I happened to call just in time. And I was able to get that whole box and this stack. And another library that I called, the young lady said, we don't have any that you can take. They called them, what do they call them? I think they call them recycle magazines. So she said, we don't have any that you can take, but I have a ton of them at home. And if you want, I can bring them tomorrow and you can come and get them. I'll bring them to work. And I said, please do. And so she had all of these magazines at her house. These are Eating Well. And the rest of them are Bon Appetit. And then there's one other kind. I forgot what it was. So let's see. Bon Appetit. Oh, Baltimore magazine. And then these Baltimore magazines. And that is what she had at her house. And she brought them to work, all of them, and said, I can have them if I'm willing to wait till tomorrow and come and get them. So I got all of these magazines, and I went and got this tote today so I can put them in there because they sliding off that box. And that tote was $1 at the thrift store, and so was this crate for these books that's up here on my table. Some of them going to go in there, and then I have that crate that I brought from work because those things are at work, and I'm going to put the books in there. Okay? And so that's that. And brings me back to these Victorian magazines. So these I picked up today. I'm going to end my video. Nobody is watching. I thank everybody who jumped on and who left and for the 4 likes. And I'm going to end this video and I'm going to come back with a new video because I'm going to do a glue page. All right? So that's going to be that. Thanks for watching. Peace.